My name is Judge Lee Bogdanoff, and I am a mediator and arbitrator at JAMS. I think mediation is effective because the alternative is pretty ugly. Litigation is expensive, time-consuming, and unpredictable. And mediation really provides a forum, sometimes the only forum, that enables the parties to communicate to one another through the mediator and to determine what is the market price for a settlement. I don't really think there's any single way to describe my style as a mediator. Mediation is a puzzle that you try to solve in the form of a settlement, and how you put those pieces together, the tricks that you use, what you do to try to bring that deal together very much depends on the circumstances, and that's what I'm driven by. I think a good arbitrator, like a good judge, is going to carefully read what the lawyers have presented, going to conduct research where appropriate on the cases that have been cited, and use common sense to try to cut through issues. And so I try to streamline the process as much as possible. How do you approach situations where there's conflict in mediation and the parties just seemingly can't agree? I try to understand the leverage that each side has against the other side and their vulnerabilities. And oftentimes at the outset of the mediation and sometimes toward the end, I will point out the leverage that the other side has against that party and the vulnerabilities that they have. I found that if parties are of a mindset to try to resolve a case, if that's sort of in the back of their mind, that's why they're there, they will help you and you will help them search for the path that will get you to a resolution. One of the frustrations I had as a judge was that the process went so slow. Ironically, I feel that I can affect outcomes more directly, quicker, and with greater impact as a mediator than I ever could as a judge, even though as a judge I had the power to decide. As a mediator, you don't have the power to decide anything. But if you use your skills, if you try to solve the puzzle that's presented, you can resolve a dispute much quicker than you could ever as a judge. And that to me is one of the great rewards of being engaged in mediations.